Hello, welcome back to Al Talks. Um, in today's episode, like I said last week, I am going to leave the light on. Like I said, in last week's episode, going to be another heavy metal memories because I'm going to be talking about the gig I was at, which was European Siege gig that was put on by Behemoth, Arch Enemy, Carcass, and onto others. Now, I've seen Behemoth like every time they've come to Ireland. So this would have been my fourth time to see them. First time seeing them in Vicar Street, and then they were gigging with Amon the Mar down in King John's Castle. They also gigged with Slipknot when they came to Ireland last time, and this time as part of their own tour with Arch Enemy. So I'm a pretty big Behemoth fan. Managed to get their tour T-shirt. I'll move the mic. You can see a bit better. It's a pretty cool T-shirt. Has all their tour dates on the back as well. So, while standing in the queue to go to the gig, actually saw the lead singer of Behemoth, Nurgle, come out with a couple of crew members. I think they were going to get food before the gig, so that was pretty cool. It was, Behemoth do have a lot of pyrotechnics at their show, but because this show was in the Olympia, which is basically, well, it's not basically, it is a theatre. So there wasn't any pyrotechnics, unfortunately. But nevertheless, really good gig. The the first band that played Onto Others, I've never heard them before. They kind of sound like, I think their influence is kind of like The Cure. I kind of got Alice in Chains vibes off them because um, Carcass, Behemoth, and Arch Enemy, they play pretty heavy music, and it was kind of for that band to start out. They're a new band as well. They're around 5 years. They started in Portland, Oregon. There's four members in the band. I have to say I was pleasantly surprised and I really enjoyed them because there was different style of music too compared to the rest of the band. And then Carcass played. I have never heard Carcass before. Well, live I've heard them, and I've listened to their stuff, but hearing them live, I really really enjoyed the show. Actually, when they started playing, I think there was problems with sound, so the lead singer had to keep going back and forth. The hell is that? Between to the side stage while he was trying to get the sound fixed. Um, Bumped into a couple of people from the metal group that I'm in on Facebook, Harlem Metalheads. Shout out to you folks. And I had a brilliant time at the gig. Like I said, I've never seen Carcass. I've never seen Arch Enemy. When Arch Enemy came on, they put a brilliant, they put on a brilliant, brilliant show. I really enjoyed it. Completely blown away by them. Yeah, the lead singer of Arch Enemy, Elisa. She, like, as an entertainer, unbelievable performance. I was really, really blown away, because they're really, really, they're death metal band, So, um, one of my favorite genres of metal would be death metal because one of the reasons I like it is it's really, really heavy music, and just really, really enjoy myself, to be honest. I have a lot of video clips of all the bands that played that day. And then, of course, Behemoth came on stage. Before Behemoth came on stage, they put out like this white sheet to cover the stage. And it was because Arch Enemy had up a poster. I can't remember what the poster said. Well, not a poster, but they had like a cloth sheet thingy as well. But I think it said fucking heavy metal on it, which is pretty cool. And the guy who I was standing beside with, who's one of the members of the group, I was saying, "Oh, it'd be cool to have that on your mantelpiece. You know, fold it up and leave it there. It'd be pretty cool as a souvenir." But obviously, we couldn't get that. But and then when yeah, like Bohemian had a white sheet, and I was like, I wonder why they have a white sheet, because what happened was before they dropped the sheet and when the band started playing, they started projecting images that not Machine Head, that Behemoth used during their that they used in their music videos. So that's why it was that projector. Well, that's why they had a white sheet on, and then Behemoth came out and they started playing, and they played a couple of their new songs, which were really really good off their new EP. And as per usual, Behemoth put on a brilliant performance. Um, really really enjoyed myself at that gig. To round off the month of gigs that was in September, because I had two, Machine Head and Behemoth. I don't have any gigs coming up now till Sepultura in November, so looking forward to that. Uh, in that's pretty much it. In terms of that gig, really glad. That gig was a like a COVID postponement of like 2 years or 3 years at this stage, so it was good to actually finally get to go see them. Um, I bumped into Dylan Moran in Dublin the other night. He was in a spar at the deli getting food, so was I, and like I didn't realize it was him because he was standing obviously in line with his back to me, and then he kind of turned around sideways, and I was like, "Is that no?" And then he fully turned around, and I was like, "Motherfucker, that's Dylan Moore." And the funny thing is, no one recognized him in the spar, and he was just kind of standing there minding his own business. So I really wanted to get a picture with him, but he didn't seem to be in a picture taking mood. To be honest, he kind of seemed on. I don't know. He was bouncing around, kind of, and not nervous, but maybe I don't know. I know he's around Ireland gigging at the moment, so he probably just want to get food and go back to his hotel room or whatever. So when I ordered my food, just before I left the queue, he turned around and he was facing me, and I just leaned over and I whispered, and said, "Oh, I really liked you in Black Books," and he goes, "Oh, thanks, man," and in his exact Dylan Moran voice. But yeah, that was my interaction with Dylan Moran, because, like I said, I think I mentioned in previous episode that I recently the computer. Anyway, that I recently watched Black Books, and it was just really, really funny comedy. I really enjoyed it. Big fan, So, um, yeah, it's interesting to bump into him. Uh, oh yes, I was at Giggles. When was that? Now let me consult the book. On the 4th, yeah, this week. Um, Went well. I kind of, I am, like I mean, the jokes went down fine. It's just like kind of, for whatever reason, I fumbled on one of them, and kind of it's for me usually when I kind of fumble a joke, it's kind of difficult to kind of keep going, because you kind of have that in your head and you're like, I don't know. So, but other than that, it was fine. Did the exact same set of jokes that I've been doing ever since I came back from Edinburgh, from that little small debacle. And but I think now I've got Crash and Burn coming up on 27th, which will be a Thursday, which is in like 2 weeks' time. So, looking forward to that. My first time to be performing at Hysteria Comedy Club as well, so check that off the little list of clubs I want to perform at in Dublin. And I think how much that about sums it up. As per usual, you can support me by buying one of these podcast stickers if you would like. They're €2.50 in euro each, and if you just reach out to me on my social media or email me, I will get them out to you. I also have Buy Me a Coffee, which you can support me there as well. I think I have it set up for €2, so if you would like to do that, you can. But other than that, that is this week's episode. Another Heavy Metal Memories episode. It is raining horribly outside, which is never a good thing because I don't like the rain. Have you ever seen the rain? I know. No. But yeah, that's this week's episode. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I shall see you all next week for another podcast. Bye.